What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be driving this absolutely stunning Audi TTRS right behind me. This thing is so beautiful. It's a 2021 Audi TTRS in Nardo gray. Honestly, one of my favorite colors that Audi has ever done. I think it looks so awesome, so aggressive, especially with like all the blacked out badging and the blacked out grills. I'm gonna be kind of just doing like a drive with the car, take it for a spin, you know, rip around on it. I'll do like kind of a review because I've driven this car a bunch before. Like I said in an earlier video, this car actually belongs to my mom. I'm kind of jealous, but you know, she lets me take it for a spin here and there, so I'm very thankful for that, and happy I can make a video for you guys today. So yeah, let's get into a little walk around and we'll check this thing out. Alright guys, walking up to this thing just looks so absurdly mean. I mean, like, you know, the TTs in the past kind of looked a little dingy and, you know, almost looked like Volkswagen bugs, but this thing just looks so mean. It honestly just looks like a little mini R8, and I think that's exactly what Audi was kind of going for when they did this. They were going for something that kind of resembled the R8, but not too much, you know, so it didn't kind of steal the R8's thunder. But I think this thing is absolutely beautiful. The front end, honestly, they really killed it on this car. It is just so aggressive, that massive grille along with the emblem on the hood. I don't know, I kind of like that look. But yeah, everything's blacked out. All the badging is blacked out. As you can see, the Audi badge is blacked out. TTRS is blacked out. It's the same on the back. But yeah, it just looks so aggressive from the front, and it really just, I don't know, it looks kind of, for a little car, it looks pretty menacing coming down the road when it's behind you, I'm not gonna lie. Walking over to the wheels here, Audi absolutely killed it with these wheels. I think they're just like so menacing and just so mean looking. It's got 20-inch wheels front and back, and look at the size of these calipers, absolutely massive just for such a little car. That goes to show kind of how much power this thing has. Coming around the backside, the first thing you notice is that massive wing that they stuck on there. I think that is absolutely beautiful, and it just kind of makes the car, you know, the tail ends of the TT have always kind of been like out of place and just like dingy and weird, but you know, they added these kind of fake vents here. There's just a lot more body lines, and it really kind of just like, I don't know, makes the car seem so much more aggressive. They also threw on this awesome rear diffuser, got these massive oval tips. I mean, they all around just killed it with this car. So this isn't going to be like a super detailed, you know, kind of like review, but I'm pretty much going to cover everything about the car that you need to know and or want to know, and just kind of show you how much fun it is to drive this thing. This car is probably one of the funnest cars I've driven, because it's so light and so nimble and also really quick at the same time. Like, this thing dusts the RS5, and that's saying a lot, because the RS5 has more horsepower, but you know, it's just a heavier car, and it's all engine as opposed to this is turbocharged. This thing is absolutely stunning. These seats are so ridiculous. This kind of like red paneling on the outside, it's just like a gloss finish red, and then you got the RS engraved into the seat and this red diamond stitching. This thing is just so insane. It's got this red theme kind of going throughout the car. So awesome. The steering wheel, same exact wheel as the R8, except it says RS, and it's got this red piece on top here. I love how there's just red integrated everywhere in this car. Like, even if you look at the vents here, there's a red ring around that, you know, red stitching along the doors. I mean, there's just red everywhere, as well as this RS badge on the floor mat. just so many little things about this car, and just little things that Audi does to kind of really make things pop, and they really just absolutely blew it out of the park with this car. The interior of this car, I've been in the 2020 R8, and the interior of this car is virtually the same interior. You know, the controls kind of in the middle here are a little bit different, but other than that, it's virtually the same exact car, minus the giant engine behind you. But yeah, let's start this thing up, hear how it sounds. This has a factory exhaust. This car is completely stock. So this is what it's gonna sound like if you get it from Audi. So we'll do that, we'll rev it, and then we'll take it for a test drive. All right, guys, unfortunately I can't show you a cold start on this car because the car has already been started, obviously. But I will show you like a semi-warm start so you kind of know what it sounds like. So yeah, let's get to that, and then we'll do some revving. Here we go with the warm start on the 2021 Audi TTRS. All right, so as you guys heard, this isn't the most impressive startup. You know, this thing doesn't have a crazy exhaust, and it's only got a 2.5 liter engine, so it's not gonna obviously make that sound that the R8 makes. But I think it's aggressive enough to the point where it kind of, you know, does the car justice. So that being said, let's get some revs with the valves closed and the valves open, because this is a valved exhaust. So if I go over here and put the car into comfort mode, the valves should close. All right, now that we're in comfort mode, we'll give it some revs. See, we have a rev limiter at 3,000. So we'll go ahead and throw this into dynamic mode, and we'll get some revs here. See how this sounds. So that rev limiter really kind of kills the sound test here. You know, when you're in park, it only lets you rev it to 3,000, which kind of stinks, but you get the idea. The car's not too crazy loud. It could use an exhaust, but it's loud enough to the point where, you know, it doesn't sound like Prius. All right, now that we have got the revving out of the way, it's time to take this puppy for a spin. All right, guys, here we go. Taking the Audi TTRS for a spin. Right off the bat, I notice a lot of things about this car. One being kind of like how nimble it feels. Like it feels like very low to the ground and kind of, I don't know, almost like stuck to the road. All right, we're gonna pull out here, give it a little ripski, see what she's got. All right, we're in dynamic mode. We'll throw it into sport mode here, and let's see what she's got. This thing is fast, guys. Holy cow. It just like keeps pulling you. It's like, wow. I'm blown away with what Audi did with this car. It just feels so fast. I've ridden all the S's, like S3, S4, S5, and the RS5, and this thing feels so much quicker than all those cars. This thing is just like, it just delivers the power so beautifully. Let's throw it into manual mode here. We'll throw it in manual sport, because it has different. It has manual regular and has manual sport. So obviously we're gonna go for manual sport. A little downshift here. Off we go. Oh my God. This thing just pulls. This thing is so fast, guys. Let's get a little feel for the handling. We'll go through like a curvy road up here. I mean, and in terms of handling, this thing is just killing it. Like that all-wheel drive, it just kind of, it really sticks you to the road, and this thing corners really well. It's so small and so light, which makes the car unbelievably nimble. Alright guys, we'll throw it in sport mode here and we'll do a little pull. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness! I am just like amazed with how fast this thing is. Like, it just takes off. It's just so light and so fast. It's so beautiful. Audi absolutely killed it. If I had the money to buy this car, I'd buy it tomorrow. It's 100% worth every bit. They really just pushed so much power out of that 2.5 liter engine. It's ridiculous. I'm blown away with actually how fast it is. And the downshifts, those downshifts are pretty awesome. It's similar to the R8 in so many things, and if you don't have the money to buy an R8, which most people don't, this car is virtually an R8. Less powerful, different kind of feel, but all around very similar. This car is just so much fun to just kind of rip around, rip through the gears, and at the same time, when you're trying to kind of, you know, drive conservatively, it delivers such a smooth ride. And honestly, that's why I love Audi so much, is because they're so good at, you know, kind of hiding that power until you want it. Because honestly, it's really nice sometimes to have a car that's kind of quiet and relaxing, you know, when you're taking it for a long ride, and then when you want to drive aggressively, you know, the car changes up. So that's what this car does really well at. But then, you know, if you want to get on it, you hit the gas and this thing goes. So you know, there's a lot of things I really love about this car, and I really can't emphasize that enough. Overall, the softer review, this car is an absolute beast. I had so much fun driving it, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just so much fun to drive. And for a little car, it really has a lot of power, and it sticks it to the road amazingly. That being said, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Have any questions or comments, let me know down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me, guys. Thank you so much. Peace out.